You won't have to search for very long in the Fortnite community to find someone who is aware of various famous objects such as the Zero Point, Kevin the Cube, Pandora's Box, etc. Now, the thing that I find particularly intriguing about Pandora's Box is that it was sort of brought up at the sort of like the beginning of last season, end of the season before that, and I feel like frankly it hasn't gotten nearly enough attention lately. It's kind of been pushed under the rug. But if we had pushed Kevin the Cube under the rug, we kind of did. He came back, right, in full swing too. If we had pushed the Zero Point under the rug, right, after the whole black hole thing, we thought it just exploded there, well, we'd be desperate. We'd be completely wrong about that too. Same goes with the other factions like the Seven, the Megalodon. You know, a lot of things in the Fortnite storyline, they have to come back. Now, I feel like that Pandora's Box's increasing relevance is going to play a crucial role into possibly the end of Chapter 5. So, starting out here, right? Pandora's Box came out from underneath the island at the end of Chapter 5, Season 1. We had to break open the box by shooting it, right? It took about 24 hours to do so. And we saw this glowing tornado. Now, my theory is that the Zero Point is actually inside of Pandora's Box. Think about it, alright? Think about it. Pandora's Box is something that's supposed to open because it has powers that humans aren't supposed to have. Now, what is another thing that humans probably aren't supposed to have? That's right, the Zero Point. Because every single person who ends up with it is essentially public enemy number one for basically any other supernatural faction or item or organization, whatever is going on. Basically, if you have the Zero Point, you have a huge target on your back. So I feel like it's pretty apt. Well, if you don't know what that means, Google it up. It's pretty apt for the Zero Point to be in Pandora's Box. And after we shot it open, it was busted out. It was like, oh, as it started, as its stream of souls and whatever, it shot up into the sky. I was like, oh. So I feel like, yeah, this is probably the Zero Point. Like, what else could have this kind of energy? I mean, why else would they be searching for Pandora's Box? It's of course the Zero Point. The Zero Point is the kind of thing that holds the entire Fortnite storyline together. We haven't seen it for a while, right? It's been like 2 years ever since that that kind of awful fracture event that we've actually seen it up close. And I feel like it's actually inside of the Pandora's Box. Because remember, right? Remember when Kevin the Cube had lifted up off of the ground, we saw this sort of vortex in Loot Lake, and it was under Loot Lake, right? The Zero Point. So I feel like the Zero Point is underneath it, and it kind of, and since the Zero Point's white, that means that any other like color of object above it would dictate out the color of the stream of whatever. So I feel like since Kevin the Cube was purple, that means that we had a sort of a light purplish, pinkish hue to the swirling vortex underneath, at least, you know, the very like center of it, the very bottom of it wasn't that strong of a color, but I here we have orange, so this tells me that the souls are probably just orange color. I mean, obviously we see them green in the underworld, but since they're not in the underworld, that means they're probably orange, so that's probably why that was there.
We must not forget about this season's main character, Megalodon, who basically fulfills the role of the Imagined Order or any other factions that are kind of, you know, doing no good on the island. And he is stuck on the island because his giant shark-shaped ship is stranded there. You know, just listen to this storyline recording.
So, I spent some time poking around Meg's camp. I was right. The man's a full-blown wannabe tyrant. He wants to take the island, and he might just be strong enough. But he's not gonna make his move until his little shark ship is refueled, which explains the pipeline. Jones and I are gonna keep gathering intel. You keep fighting.
There really is a lot to unpack here in this recording. So it talks about how Megalodon wants to be a wannabe tyrant. So he's basically trying to replace the Imagined Order as like the governing body on the island. He's trying to take over the Reality Zero because it has a Zero Point. And obviously, yeah, everyone wants a Zero Point to do their knickknacks and shenanigans all across the Omniverse. Furthermore, there's a pipeline that goes in between his shark ship and wherever. Now, this isn't the first time you've really seen a pipeline like this, where you feel like something massive. In fact, this isn't even the biggest object that we've seen getting refueled by a massive pipeline. If y'all remember Neo Tilted, there was a pipeline
that went directly from the 0 point all the way to Tilted Towers, which was just nearby. I don't know why I said all the way, but something seems a bit sus here. Because don't you think that that pipeline could be connected to Pandora's box, for all we know? I mean, the nitro is orange, and so are the souls. Has anyone ever thought of that? I don't know. You tell me. So, piecing together everything here, what conclusion can we possibly come to in the Fortnite storyline? So, the 0 point is inside of Pandora's box. Alright. It's below the ground. It's underneath somewhere. It's probably in the wasteland. And there is a cable that is probably connected from the shark ship, Brutal Beach Head, all the way to the Pandora's box. And at the same time, the souls inside of Pandora's box are being used to make nitro. And Megalodon is trying to assume the role of the imagined order in all this by using the power of the 0 point and the souls, which make the nitro, which makes his power, to take over the island and restore what used to be the imagined order or something like it, since he is Gunner and he was part of the imagined order. Alright, that's going to be the end of this video, but if you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button. If every single person smashes it right now, it will hit our goal of 800 subs, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.